Hi YouTube, my name is Arturo and today I'm going to talk about whether you should go into a bootcamp or not. So a few things about myself. I'm from Mexico City, but actually I moved into the US to study my college career, which is finance and economics. I graduated about a year and a half ago, and I took the decision to go into web development. So I did a drastic change. I quit my job and I took a coding bootcamp, a nine weeks immersive bootcamp. Now the bootcamp that I took, it's called Iron Hack, the one in Miami, of course. And what we learned there was the mean stack. Mean stack stands for MongoDB, Angular, Node, and Express. So that's what I learned. So before I went into the bootcamp, I was in between the fence whether should I go or not. And I'm pretty sure that some of you out there are also a little bit indecisive on whether should you join a bootcamp or not. So I'm going to share my thoughts about that, and hopefully I can help some of you taking that decision. First of all, and the most important thing, is the budget. On average, a coding bootcamp costs about $10,000. There's some that are cheaper that cost $5,000. And I've heard of some other coding bootcamps that cost $15,000. So on average, the coding bootcamp price is $15,000. So you gotta make sure that you have the money. First of all, obviously without money, well, it's out of the question whether should you go or not. Now, if you don't have the money, but the coding bootcamp offers like a financial aid, like they can give you a loan or some way for you to pay in the future. Well, that's great. There's also that option. And actually, right now, Iron Hack, which is the bootcamp that I went to in Miami, they're offering a scholarship if you're one of the top candidates that take like the certain tests that they make in order for you to earn this scholarship. Which, by the way, it was sponsored by Uber, and by no any means I'm being sponsored by Iron Hack. It's just the bootcamp that I took, and I think it's great. I think the bootcamp, that specific bootcamp, is great. So yeah, first of all, you gotta know if you can afford it. If you can afford it, well, great. Now there's another decision that you have to make, whether should you go full-time or should you go part-time. Now, personally, well, what happened to me is that I wanted to change career completely. So I studied finance and economics, and I was working in an imports and exports company. And I was just, I don't know, I started coding during the lunchtime where I was working. Whenever I came back home, I also coded. I was learning everything I could about web development. So I was thinking throughout those months that I was self-teaching myself coding. I'm like, you know what, I really like this. I really enjoy it. Every time I come back home really tired from work, what I do is coding. So my decision on regards to taking the bootcamp was like, okay, so I know a little bit, I can learn on my own, but if I'm gonna quit my job, I gotta get another job as soon as possible. Luckily, I had the money to take the bootcamp, and I could afford being that much time without a job. So I took the decision to go into the immersive bootcamp in order for me to get another job in web development. So why do I think that it's better to take the full-time web bootcamp than the part-time? Well, first of all, if you're taking the full-time, you're making a commitment with yourself. You have bills to pay. You're making a big investment in yourself, And I say investment, and I'll tell you why in a little bit. And you're learning this in a very short time span, which is great because it will allow you to get another job really quick right after you finish your bootcamp. Now, I say that it is an investment in yourself because if you think about it, even though you spend $10K, as an entry level here in Miami, and Miami is not as well paid as other parts in the country in the U.S. Um, you get your investment back like tenfold times. So let's say that, I don't know, you're in California or in the West Coast. Every all the West Coast, or the majority of the West Coast, they pay really well. So if you spend 10K, you're gonna get those 10K back really soon, really soon. So that's why I think it's an investment, and I think it's an investment that people should make if I don't know, they think that they want to make that change of career. Now if you're just curious and you're like, I don't know, could be a possibility, could be like something that calls my attention, that I'm curious of. Well, then I really don't suggest for you to take the web development part-time course. Why? Because it takes 6 months. That's a lot of time, and you're investing in, well, you're investing 10K in yourself, and then like you're also working at the same time. You're not fully immersed, and personally, I think that you should be coding every day, and the more you code within that day, the better. So that's why I don't think that it would be a good decision to go into a part-time bootcamp. That said, I think that if you have a job and you cannot do the full time because of bills and you need to get the money, etc., well, you're gonna have to hustle. You're gonna have to learn on your own, and that's just gonna take discipline. And you're gonna have to be coding at least 3 hours every day. Because I don't think that 1 hour every day cuts it. I mean, you can do it, but you're not gonna learn as much, and you're not probably gonna absorb that much information as you should in order to get a new job. If you're doing this like after your work, so that's why I say 3 hours. I mean, sure, you can try it with 1 hour, but I don't know. I think if you do 3 times what you were planning, which is 1 hour, so instead of 1 hour, 3 hours, you're gonna get that job 3 times faster. So instead of a year, you're gonna get it in 3-4 months. So yeah, that's what I think of. Now some people in general just think like, oh well, if the information is out there, like, and you say that if I study 3 hours a day, I can get that job. Well, my answer to those people who think that is yes, you can learn on your own. If you code 3 hours a day, I'm pretty sure that you could get a job where you'll enter as a junior web developer, in 3 months, and then like you'll work your way up there. The thing is that the web development bootcamp teaches you important technologies that make you job ready, and you can do more with what you learn in the bootcamp than what you learn on your own. So what you learn on your own is like 20% of what the bootcamp gives you. So if you're learning 20% of all the things that the bootcamp teaches you, then you're really way behind, and you're a little bit in a disadvantage to that person who went to the bootcamp when it comes to job searching. So I actually learned 6 or 7 months on my own prior to taking the bootcamp, and I myself was in that situation, deciding whether I should take the bootcamp, go into the course or not. So once I took it, I'm like, wow, like something that took me 2 months, like we had to learn it in 1 week. And it helps because you have that time constraint, you have that pressure, but you also have an instructor that's like really not knowledgeable, and he can help you in order to get to what you need, and they push you, but in the right way. So that's why I feel that I think the bootcamp is a great decision. Obviously, hey, like you gotta prepare before prior to the bootcamp, and once you're in the bootcamp, and say, cause they give us exercise to review whatever we learn. If you don't go through those exercises after you get home and you're like, nah, you know what, I'm dead, I'm gonna watch TV, well, probably you're not gonna do that well. Because what you should do is like review the stuff. If you get it perfect, like maybe you can review them in half an hour. If you kind of get them, then you should definitely go through it, because whatever you learn, the next thing is gonna build up on that. And then if you have things that you didn't learn well before, then you're gonna carry that over till the end of the course. And then you're gonna have a lot of gaps. So that's why I suggest that whoever takes a bootcamp, they review what they learn whenever they don't understand something, even though in the slightest possible way. So yeah, conclusion, should you go, should you not? Yes, I 100% say that you should go. If you can't, well, sure, you can learn on your own, and there's actually, well, let me just say this, that as a programmer, the culture is that you're always going to be self-teaching, you're going to be learning on your own this stuff. So why go into a bootcamp? Because it's a really good Kickstarter, and you're going to save a lot of time, and even though you spend a lot of money, you're going to get that money also really fast. So those are my 2 cents. Now, if you like this video, please click the like button, subscribe, and also if you have any ideas of any other videos that I should do, please comment on the section below. And also, I'm gonna be putting out a playlist about how to do your portfolio webpage. Really simple. I'm gonna try to make it as simple as possible in order for those who have projects can have something to showcase, and those who don't have anything, well, it doesn't have to be necessarily your portfolio page. You can do like I know, if you take pictures, your photo gallery, or something that you can showcase things. It can be like a catalog for anything. But yeah, so I'm gonna be releasing that playlist really soon. So yeah, I'll see you in the next time. Bye.